first impressions overall?
My first impression is that the language, I find sometimes, there's all the announcements obviously, but the language in that, listening to the both of the ministers talking about the uncertainty, the troubled times, the global backdrop, it's kind of interesting because, you know, we listened to just through COVID was the big threat. Before that, Brexit was the big threat. And now we have this next big threat. And it's just, there always is this kind of developing, I suppose, boogeyman or kind of underlying thing that they're warning us that right now is troublesome, but Jack Chambers finishing off with the bigger and brighter future.
Yeah, we're at a crossroads apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't realise we were at a crossroads, and this was an historic moment as well. I'm failing to get the context for either, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that there is uncertainty in the world, and there's
I think we're at a crossroads because they haven't built the underpass or the bypass that's supposed to be built around the town. I mean, maybe that was the point there. Yeah, so there's kind of this. There's risk on the horizon, there's tariffs and there's uncertainty.
Yeah, and yet at the same time...
You were complaining earlier on that I was saying, you know, they're going to be toning down the language, and you were saying, this is a $9.5 billion budget, it's a giveaway budget. You don't feel like it is, do you?
I mean, that's the point. They have given away the guts of 10 billion, and yet they're couching that in, we're not doing a whole lot here because things are so tricky, and yet... Paschal Donohoe talked about by the end of next year they expect to create 63,000 more jobs and for the country to stay at full employment. So for all the threats and tariffs and things that are happening and
2% growth.
Trump,
I mean, this year there'll be 3% growth.
3.3 this year and 2.3 next year.
Like
it's not terrible.
It's still a pretty booming economy. Katie, do you feel wealthier after that?
No, but I went in knowing that, you know, I certainly wouldn't there would be no windfalls going my way. I think for people like everyone here, is it fair to say we're all middle class? We're the squeezed middle, like there's nothing for us. But this is probably going to prove unpopular for me saying this. I do think it was a largely fair and progressive budget. I'm sorry to say that. I think it did recognise...
You're allowed to say that.
Yeah,
you agree with Paschal Donohoe that, quote unquote, this struck the right balance?
I do. I think it recognised the truly disadvantaged, people out there who really, really do need the help, got the help they needed. And then meanwhile, I think it was positioning Ireland as a player. It was thinking geopolitically, it was thinking to target it by pushing Irish enterprise and helping entrepreneurs. I do think they struck the right balance. Sorry.
Ultimately, Katie, we can't complain that last year they gave a giveaway to everybody ahead of a budget and then turn around this year and complain that, oh no, they're targeting now. So you're looking at things like the fuel allowance, the increase in the child support payment, the social welfare package, and you're saying, yeah, that was the right thing to do. And also at the lower level, 65-cent increase in minimum wage. That's not going to be popular with the small business sector. But again, that was matched then by indexation in effect across the tax system, so that those people won't be paying more tax as a result of the increase. So you're saying this was a budget that was targeted at the lower level?
Yeah, I think it was targeted at the lower level and then also targeted at the much higher corporate level. And I think that's smart. Like, here's the thing:
what you're saying, people, Katie, is the squeezed middle.
The squeezed middle are squeezed further, very much so.